All right, let's predict the economy. Let's do an economic prediction. Why not? Before I became a content creator, I worked in finance and I obsessed over economics. Economics is economy plus politics. You have the economy, then you have economic policy in Washington, D.C., whether they're capitalists in charge or they're socialists in charge, right? So complete opposite. Where there's socialists in charge, people get scared. That's what makes the market go up. When there's capitalists in charge, that's what makes people go, oh man, capitalists are in charge. And that's what makes the market crash. So Donald Trump's crash is coming. If you study and understand economics is really that history repeats itself. That's really the study of economics. So you go back and you take the same economic time period that we're in with the president that we have, and you can predict the future, kind of, maybe, who knows, right? So if you go back now, the capitalists make the economy overheat, right? So if you look at Bush's capitalistic growth, right, that was 8 years. Listen, when we go to college, you read about in economics that there's this 8-year business cycle. It's not a coincidence that 8 years is 2 presidential terms. So capitalism over 8 years overheats, right? Creates a stock market crash, and then capitalism ends up winning in the end, but after weeding out all of the weak, right? So, where does all the growth of America come from? It comes from migrants, right? It doesn't come from white Americans. White Americans are fucking stupid. Look who our president is. They voted for Donald Trump. So the intelligence of America comes from migrants, obviously. These people are so fucking stupid. You know what I mean? So Donald Trump's going to have a 12-year, economic cycle, economic business cycle instead of an 8. So the Donald Trump crash should be a larger percentage than the George Bush crash. So I would say January 2028 is when the stock market starts its crash. January 2028.